This is Greg Noyes, Pacific West Home Inspections. Today I'm doing a house in Mission Hills. And I want to go over how to shut the different things off. The very front of this house is the main water shutoff. It's this red valve here, and you bring this over 90 degrees and it shuts the water off. Take a look at the pipe here. It's a 1-inch copper, so that's a good thing. And there's a bottom valve here that will shut off your water to your sprinklers, irrigation sprinklers. And it does have a pressure regulator here and a pressure relief valve, which we like to see. So the next thing we're going to do is how to shut the power off, and that's in the rear of the house. Before we get to the electrical panel box, I'm going to go over the water heater real quick. It's on the left exterior of the house in a cabinet, and you've got a vent pipe coming down. It's supposed to have 3 screws here. These screws. It does have the black insulation. It does have a pressure relief valve and a drain line. It's a 2011 tank, 40-gallon GE, and the gas line coming in is missing what we call a sediment trap. It's another piece of pipe that comes down, pick up any dirt that could be in the gas line. And then the bottom strap here, we want to see up 4 inches away, minimum 4 inches from the gas valve. During an earthquake, these water heaters jump, so we don't want this bottom strap to break off the gas line here. There is some movement in the when I push on it on the tank, so it's missing blocking as well. So now we're at the main electrical panel, and you see it's a 60 amp main breaker, and you can push this breaker over and that shuts off all the power to your other breakers here. There's only 8 breakers for the whole house, and typically today, just in a kitchen, we'll see 6 breakers. So if you do plan to put a central air in, they're going to have to put a new panel box in and get a 100 amp to 200 amp panel box, and it'll have more breaker slots. Back in the day when they built this, 60 amps, that's all you need. There's no appliances and no TVs, not much of anything. Yeah, actually talk to your wife. So we're over at the front right side of the house, so it'd be the right side, and that's where the gas meter is. Coming from the street is the main gas valve. You need a wrench here to turn that off. And then they just recently put a seismic gas shutoff valve, and that's required by the city of LA. So in a 5.4 earthquake, this will shut off. So if you have an earthquake in the middle of the night, just turn over and go to bed, back to sleep, because it's not going to be a problem with the gas. And to reset it, there's a little reset screw here. And in a minute later on here, we're going to be going under the house. There's a crawl space access here. And then when today we noticed that the exterior stucco coating, they didn't prep it correctly, so it's just peeling off. So the next place we're headed is up to the roof. So we're on the roof right now, and you can see there's some more wear. The sunlight shows there's more wear on the edges of the shingles, and the very top here is some wear. It's 2 layers up here, and you can see around, we call penetrations, all the whirlybirds and plumbing pipes. They use a lot of black mastic to seal them. And then I'm going to bring the camera around, and our evaporator cooler here, there's water sitting behind it, and it's just full of black mastic, so that it appears that they may have had a leak here at one time. So, and we're just mentioning the neighbors has a package unit AC furnace, and this would be ideal for your house here. I'm going to swing the camera around, and so you get to see you have 4.5-inch block walls. On the right side, they beefed up the columns, and on the rear side, a couple of them are beefed up, and there's some are original. And then you have this garage here, and your laundry room's in the garage. And then 60 amp breaker lines coming in, and you've got 2 satellites that we don't test. But there's a failure in the roof in the garage, And here, from the garage where I looked over, I could see some, looks like some discoloration. So I don't see any cracking as we saw in the garage, but it's a little bit better shape. But the front side of the house is where the wear of the roof is. So I imagine this roof it looks like it's, I'd say 10, 12 years old, and you typically get about 20 years on it. And your front southern exposure will be a little bit less. Again, this is Greg Noyes, Pacific West Home Inspections, and I can be reached at 818-271-0417. So under the living room, there's a black newer ABS pipe that comes across sewer line 3-inch, and it's not supported. And you got a series of cavities here of concrete. So instead of using piers, wood piers, they use concrete. So it's a little bit better system. But I want to bring the camera back a little bit, and you can see how small the openings are to get to the next cavity. So I can't squeeze under there. So and on the back side of the house here, where I'm crawling backwards, it's tight fit. Now, in the back of the house, your sewer line goes to the back in line with that cleanout we saw. So due to the age of the house, I'd recommend to get a sewer line inspection done. So in the background is your old grouty furnace. Then here they propped up the vent pipe with bricks, cutting off the air flow for your draft here. There's supposed to be an opening under this pipe here. And you can see the sewer lines here are cast iron. They did put newer copper supply lines in, but they have the older, for your waste lines, they have galvanized and cast iron. And in the bathroom, on the right hall bathroom, both the sink and the tub slow draining. The sink has an 1.5-inch line, galvanized line come over, and that's probably all corroded. And under your tub drain, there's a water leak. So there's a leak in your tub or on the drain line. And you can see the old cast iron toilet line here as well.